Chair thanks the gentlewoman and recognizes the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Shabbat, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'll go to Ms. Hardaway and Ms. Richardson, I think better known as Diamond and Spice, first, if I can. Diamond and Silk, my apologies. Hopefully I get the rest of it right.
Okay.
Mr. Nadler introduced and asked the other three gentlemen about whether there was any evidence of Facebook or others blocking conservatives, and they indicated no, they didn't really have anything. But he didn't ask you those questions, and it's my understanding that you have personal knowledge of this, in fact, experienced this yourselves, being blocked because it actually happened to you. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. And buried deep in the settings of Facebook, there is a setting called Your Categories, which Facebook label individual account as either liberal, very liberal, conservative, or very conservative. Our personal Facebook account have been labeled very liberal, thus meaning that anybody that is advertising or want to advertise, that's the only type of advertisement that we will see on our Facebook page. So if you are in a conservative and you're advertising as a conservative, your reach will not be far. The reason being is because there are individual Facebook pages that have been labeled as very liberal. Now, with this particular setting, we cannot change it, we cannot correct it, we cannot update it. This has been a default setting set by Facebook on individual personal pages. Okay. With that setting set, if you cannot change it, then guess what? Facebook control what you see. That's right.
Let me move on if I can. It's my understanding that you talk about a whole lot of different things, and one of those is President Trump, is my understanding.
Yes, we do.
And I think in general, you tend to agree with and agree with some of his policies and have been generally pro-President Trump. Is that accurate?
We love our president. We love his agenda. We love this country.
And others have found fault with that, is my understanding. You've been criticized by some for that point of view. Is that correct?
But that's their problem, not ours, because
Right.
this is our platform.
That's right. We do not solicit our page to them.
Right.
They come to our page, and there are something called troll farms. When people come to our page and deliberately and they thumb down our page, Facebook have a mechanism sitting there that when you thumb down our page, you come to our page deliberately, thumb it down, then there's an algorithm that's put in place where if you get too many thumb downs, now your page is restricted, blocked, your posts disappear, and then shadow banning is there where we can see our posts, but everybody else can't see our posts.
Do you think it's unsafe or it's hate speech to offer a positive view of our president?
Excuse me?
Do you think some people, certainly you don't think that it's unsafe or hate speech to be positive about the president, right?
It is not unsafe,
right.
Or is it hate speech
right.
to love this country and love and stand behind the president of the United States. When Obama was in office, if we had to get behind him, why not get behind this president right here?
Yeah, let me follow up. And then some other things that you've talked about, I think, that you believe that we should control our borders. As a country, we have the right to do
Absolutely. Don't you?
Yep.
Ain't this place controlled? When I came up here today, security had to check us out. We just couldn't walk up in here. Don't you secure your house? The border should be secure.
And another thing, if illegal aliens have a right to, don't have a right, but if illegal aliens can come here to America and obtain the American dream, why can't Diamond and Silk?
That's right.
Yeah, very good. And some other things that you discuss, my understanding is things like protecting the unborn. Is that something that you've discussed in the past, that you think that we ought to protect those that have a right to have life? Is that something that
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, and first of all, those are our beliefs.
Right.
And we have a right to those beliefs.
Right.
What's wrong with the way we believe? Why is it now in this country, whatever used to be right is wrong, and what's wrong now is right? If I have a belief, that's my belief. But nobody have a right to censor my free speech.
Yeah.
Nobody has a right to do it. And to maliciously and deliberately do it is what really irritates me. It just irritates me.
Very good. Thank you. I'll yield back, Mr.